Hey, slash Dayton. Hey, slash Dayton. Hey, back again. And this time I'm back, not for a podcast. I'm just back because I'm gonna start doing some live streaming here. It's winter time here in Maine, on the coast of Maine here, and so I figured, while it's winter time, I'll do a live vid and do a live feed in here and see what and just show everybody all some of my metal detecting finds I found over the years and quite a few things that I found during the summertime, especially out on the coast of Maine when I head up the coast of Maine of Old Orchard Beach. I can't wait to go on some of my adventures at Old Orchard Beach, and I want to see if I can get people on here. So I'm not gonna do this. See if we can. Let's go back. I'm not sure what I'm doing here, but we are gonna get rid of this. Okay. And I think this light is probably not a good thing. But I'm not sure if I got a chat room going on here or not. That's what I'm trying to figure out here. But let's see. I am very new at this YouTube chat rooms here, so bear with me. But anyway, I'm going to do the live stream here and see what's going on and see if I can get some people on here. Let's see. Okay. Well, I don't know if I'm on here. Let's see what this is. That's a microphone. And I don't know if people can hear me out there or not. Yeah. That's okay. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. So, anyway, yeah, show you around here a little bit in my treasure room. See how, I was going to do it with my phone because camera's a lot better. But like, here's some of my finds right here. Actually, from Old Orchard Beach. Right here, the top shelf right there is actually from let's see, that top part right there is actually from that right there. Was that this year? I gotta look at it. Yeah, no, it was last year. That right there was 2021. 2000, yeah, summer of 2021, right there at Old Orchard Beach. That was all summer right there. I have a couple things from uh, when I went there in 2019, like in that shell right there. There's a silver bracelet and a few other items I did find in 2019, but that's mostly all 2020. Yeah, that's 2020. Down there is 2021. Excuse me. 2021's right down there. All those beautiful stuff down there. And I got like you can see a gold ring in there, a couple gold rings, white gold and a men's Tuscan right there on the left, and that bracelet was awesome right near that rock right there. That's not gold; it's gold plated, but still kind of cool. And look at all this stuff in the front here. You can see all this stuff in the front, like all up here. We got this cross right up here, and it's like you can see some kind of these stones here, crystal stone thingies that I found. It was the story of this one, I think, on my video. It was a beautiful Oriental lady that was hitting on me, and she was real beautiful too. And I was talking to her, and she was asking me questions, and it was a mixture of her language and English, and I could barely pick up on anything. But geez, I was talking to her for a little bit, and then turn around, and boom, there's a little child next to her. So I was like, kind of ruined the moment a little bit, but it was still kind of nice talking to her. And she was hitting on me and kept staring at me that day. And oh man, I just want that's one of those the interruptions that I wanted to talk about too in my podcast. A lot of interruptions I've had metal detecting where it's like you get very distracted and it's very hard to keep moving on because something, you get distracted or interrupted. Yeah, I've had quite a few of those moments. But look at all this stuff. I don't know if hopefully the camera can see most of all this stuff right up here. Look at that. There's a lot of story to a lot of this stuff that I want to get to eventually. But I think on my first hunt, one of my first times there, found this beautiful rock. Look at that thing. That's 925 silver. Ain't that a beauty ring? I'm sure that's cubic zirconia, but still. And a lot of toe rings at the beach, of course. Little toe rings, but that's a beauty. Nice beauty toe ring right there. And another beauty toe ring right there. Let's see if I can get some more light over here. There we go. This was a beautiful ring right here. There's a couple stones in it right there. Silver. Nice old silver one. I was in like 4 feet of water when I found this one right here. At least 4 feet of water. My mine lab Equinox. And same thing with this one. I was in like 2 or 3 feet of water with that one too. And check this out. Jeez, see if I get some people. Hopefully you can see. But I found this beautiful ring right here. Not last year, but the summer before. Ain't that a beauty? Nice gold diamond ring right there with quite a few diamonds on there. I had it checked out. That's jeweler here on Center Street in Auburn here. We have a few jewelers over there. And it was valued at this one right here was valued about $2,000 about 20 years ago. She has an old ring. And of course, it's kind of sad someone lost it. And, I've tried to return a few rings before, and that's another topic that I want to get to in my podcast eventually, returning rings. I definitely want to get into that topic. So stay tuned for that topic in one of my podcasts. But ain't that a beauty? 14 karat with diamonds, valued about $2,000. She said she'd give me about $300 for it. And I said, well, what are you going to sell it for if you put it back at showcase? She says, probably about $700 or $800. I'm like, yeah, I'll just keep it. Thank you very much. So I got about an $800 ring here, $800 ring. I could probably sell it for easily. I'd take $600 for it. But still a beautiful ring. That's another topic I want to get into is selling your rings. I remember when I got my first gold ring and I freaking sold it to the jeweler. Only got gold weight for it. It was only a wedding band, but still, I mean, it's kind of heartbreaking sometimes when you think about it. I wish I would have never sold it, but I did use that money to invest in better equipment. So it was a good thing, but yeah, oh man, it was my first one and I wish I wouldn't have sold it, but it's gone now. So anyway, but yeah, a lot of hunting right there. I tell you, that's all summer right there, all summer long, going on my days off 2-3 times a week, all summer long right there too. Look at that, all the sunglasses, cell phones, you name it, junk jewelry everywhere, and just all kinds of stuff. The second year I went, I found this wedding band right here. Found this gold wedding band on right near the pier, not too far from the pier, and that was awesome. Up in the sand, the dry sand. This one I found the dry sand too, and it was a really low hit. It's only a 10 karat wedding band, 10 karat gold, white gold wedding band, and it's kind of thin, but still gold is gold. But it came up on the Equinox about, I think it was like a 4 or a 5 on the Equinox. I'm like, wow, you gotta dig those low tones on that Equinox 600. A lot of toe rings too again. On my second year, beautiful silver toe rings right here. Look at this beautiful one right here, nice stone right there. Kind of a crystally looking stone or something right there. And some kind of cat ring right there, silver cat ring. That's pretty cool too. Nice weird looking. I thought this was a belly ring at first for a belly button, but it turned out to be a ring. A couple stones right there. Nice silver ring. All these are silver too. This one's a little tarnished. Must have been in there for a while, but it's all silver ring right there too, with some stones all the way around. Love these crystals that I found though. Kind of cool finding crystals at the beach. This little stony thing, crystal pendant thing. It's kind of neat. And found this little anchor at Old Orchard Beach. That was kind of neat. Wave ring at the beach. That was kind of cool. Finding a wave ring at Old Orchard Beach. I found this nice shell. Brought a little sand with it. And that's a little coral bell, a little tiny bell I found. And it rings too. It does ring. It's a little bell that I found, a little coral bell I found at the beach. Oh yeah, that gold earring. Check this out. Nice, beautiful gold earring that I found on the coast of Maine that someone lost at Old Orchard Beach. All right. Bling, bling. Gold earring. All right. Gotta love that. Nice silver necklace. Another little dented up toe ring, but I'll take it. Silver. All kinds of nice finds this year, though. Unbelievable. Silver rings everywhere. Nice silver ring. Nice thin silver ring with a stone there. Unbelievable. Beautiful stuff too. I couldn't believe it. And then I went to the year before. I went to this park at Old Orchard Beach. I found this old brooch. Ain't that neat, huh? Nice old brooch at the park near the coast of Maine. That was awesome. Found somebody's tag, souvenir at Old Orchard Beach. Tyler. And a lot of bling bling earrings and stuff like that. And all, of course, look at my plates up there. But kind of neat. Find a lot of stuff like that. And you can see a lot of my Boy Scout stuff that I found when I go metal detecting out in the woods and some even parks, city parks. You find a lot of those handkerchief, those necklace things there, whatever necklace thing, cuffs things, whatever. But also on this right here, got a lot of odds and ends here and there, just stuff local. This is a lot of the local stuff. The map of my area right there, and I have George from Diggers up here on my wall right there. So it's kind of neat, I'm kind of decorating a little bit in here in my treasure room, but you can see all the stuff in here. Got a lot of Hot Wheels and stuff like that from back in the day. There's my Mind Lab Equinox 600 toy gun collection right there. Got to organize it a little bit better. I kind of hit the table and everything. Kind of went around a little bit, so I got to straighten that out a little bit. But yeah, and yeah, see, I got a drone over there, and I used it a few times here and there, but I got to learn how to use it. I've never used a drone, so I've got to watch a few videos on how to use this drone. But I've always wanted to use it, and I want to use it in a certain area, and I haven't gotten to that area yet. But there's a certain area that I could use this drone that would help me just locate a few spots and make sure I'm going in the right area, blah, blah, whatever. Take a few pictures, and it can be kind of cool to do some videos with a drone. So I want to get into that sooner or later. But that's my table of there is some silver up above by the sword up there, but it's mostly all junk jewelry. This is kind of my junk jewelry table right here. Kind of mostly all stuff that I found over the years. Um, but you can see my sword up there. I actually don't want to keep it there. I only put it there for the time being because I want to take that paper right there that I got from I was on the front page of the Sunday Journal when I found that sword right there. So I want to make a case and put it on the wall right there with that paper and have it in a wooden case, fiberglass wooden case, whatever. And have it all in one case as a showcase. So I just put it there, and I just haven't gotten around to it. I actually bought a few things, and it just wasn't big enough. So I might have to have somebody build one for me or something like that. But excuse me. There's a lot of my dog tags right there that I found over the years. I got a few more that I got to add to it here and there. This table right here these two tables that you see with the bottles right there. Let's see if I make sure I'm getting a good view right there. But yeah, see all those bottles right there, and down on the lower table right there. Well, that right there, and that's going to be one of my stories in my podcast. I walked into this area, and I'm not going to give the location because I'm not done with it. And I walked into this area, and I'm going to talk about this on one of my future podcasts. Um, and you can see all the stuff that I found. And this, I, I I walked into this area again. It's just hard to explain because it was so awesome. I went there. It was late in the fall. I really don't want to say too much because I want to save this for the podcast. And I went there and I found a seated dime, and it's in here somewhere because I got all kinds of silver coins down in there. You can see. And I found a seated dime, and a few other items, a toy gun that's in that collection over there. And so winter came, and I'm like, I got to go back to that spot. I could return in the spring a little bit, and we had a bad spring that year, so I couldn't really go out too much. I remember that. And then boom, summer came, so I hit the beach. So I didn't go back to it until fall. And when I went back in the fall, I'm like, oh my freaking word! I couldn't believe I'm so glad that I went back because I hit a spot where, and it's rare. It's rare when you go into a spot and you see four, five, six foundations, house sites in the woods that no one's touched, virgin ground. I, I was like, oh my god, the stuff I dug up, and you can see these two tables are. I hunted this place down for like almost 2 years now. I'm on my second year of hunting this place down, and I just couldn't get over it. I just kept pounding and pounding this place because the awesomeness I was pulling out of the ground. It was just old stuff from way back, even before the house sites that were there. Because I did the research, I wanted to see how far a lot of the houses that were there were only there from like World War II and stuff like that. So but I was finding stuff older than that. I was finding stuff from the Colonial War. I mean, coins from Spanish 1700. I found two, no, one Spanish silver there, and some old coins from early 1800s that date back way before the house sites. So I'm like digging this area, pulling out all these coins and old coppers, and I had a four large cent spill that I found. I have it on my YouTube page. Go to my YouTube page and subscribe / Dayton, and give me a like and check out the four large cent spill that's in one of my videos in there. It was, oh man, what a time that was. And I'm telling you, and then I also have a video where I pick out those bottles right there, and look how all those bottles, all those medicine bottles right there. Ain't that awesome? All those old medicine bottles. I had to go back twice to get all those. I went back with a backpack. I was like, oh my god! I was like walking. All you could hear is clink, 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 bottles slapping around everywhere in the back of my backpack. I was going through trying to get. Oh my god! I had to have been at least a half mile in the woods. So I'm like, and it was a hot, hot summer day too. And I was like, but and I'm not a bottle guy either. I really didn't start out wanting to collect bottles because I saw a lot of people online, digging up bottle sites and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, it's nice to have bottles, but I just didn't want to have a hoard. I didn't want to be a bottle hoard. But look at this, now I'm being, yeah, I just couldn't pass up because this was one area. All those bottles is one freaking bottle dump right there. This is, so it isn't like I collected them over the years. I just had to pull them all out. I don't know. I just couldn't leave them there. They were beautiful old bottles. You can see that. But check it out. All medicine bottles, a few whiskey bottles here and there, but mostly all medicine from the area that I was in. The old Pepsi bottle, Coke bottles, ketchup bottles. I even have an inkwell right there. Look at that inkwell right there. Ain't that cool? But Yeah. Anyway, like I said, that's a podcast in itself, and I'll talk more about that area someday in one of my podcasts. But no, I'm Slash Dayton anyway. I hope I can get some people checking me out. Eventually, I'm going to go live more often. So thank you for watching my podcast, listening to my podcast, and watching a lot of my videos. I do appreciate that. Let's see here. I do want to show a few more things here and there, though. Before I go, how long have I going on at this? Yeah, see, I'm going on 20 minutes, so it ain't too bad. Let's keep her going. But check out some of these old license plates here. Actually, I got some from early 1938 license plates and stuff like that. Oh wow, it shows backwards on the video, but 1948, 1938. That's pretty cool. Got some more modern ones here from like the 50s and some from the 70s, but that's all right. I watched who was it? It was Madison, Maine. I watched Madison, Maine restore an old plate, so I figured I'd do the same. So let me try to get around here to show people. But see that plate right up there, that orange plate right there, 1934. Madison, Maine actually was the one that watched one of his videos where he restored an old plate, and I figured I'd do the same. It came out all right. I tried to, get the black and orange scheme going there, but it was kind of off a little bit. I couldn't find that orange. That orange is not easy to find. I'd probably have to order it. So I went with that, and I figured, well, you should have seen it before. I mean, it was pretty crusty. I mean, really thin. I mean, falling apart. So the paint actually probably holding it together a little bit better, holding it, because it was pretty rusty. 1934. That's probably, I think, my oldest plate right there. Yeah, it is. That's my oldest plate right there. So, and the one below it, look at that, 80666. I thought that was so cool when I picked that out of the ground. I was like, wow, that is pretty awesome to get a plate like that. I thought, anyways, I'll keep it. But yeah, I don't know. Am I the only one that gets a lot of Hot Wheels and Matchboxes from back in the day? I mean, I don't keep the modern ones. The modern ones, some of them I toss away, and if they're too broken, I'll throw them away. But the old ones I keep. I mean, a lot of these are old from like the 70s and stuff. I even got some Tootsie Toys up there, old Tootsie Toys that I found over the years. So it's like I had to keep those. See that shelf right down there? That shelf right there? That's a lot of the stuff that I was talking about at Mockcott Park. When I went to Mockcott Park here in Lewiston, Maine, and I'm not afraid to say it. Why? Because that park does not look the same anymore. All that dirt that I was metal detecting is gone. That field is gone. That everything there is so different now. So, well, like I said in my last podcast, please go listen to it. The park I was metal detecting, I just couldn't get over half of the stuff I was pulling out of that park. I was pulling out not only modern jewelry, I was pulling out Victorian jewelry from the past. I mean, I just couldn't get over some of the stuff that I was pulling out, the jewelry, and I'm going to try to get in there without. Uh, this room is kind of small, and I have a big house, but this is the smallest room. Okay, now look, some of this vintage right here. All this vintage jewelry that I found is like so old brooches and stuff from back in the day, old rings and stuff like that. Really old. That's a silver one right there. I'm hoping I can get that right. Look at this old ring right here. Oh, I'm gonna lose it. There we go. Old ring right there. It's a little crushed, but it's like really vintage Victorianish looking. And what else was it that I found over here? Some of this old. Look at that old. It's really old right there. It almost looks Native Americanish right there. I'm not sure about that one. But another old brooch right here. Really weird looking brooches. Just really old stuff. Which is kind of cool, Victorian, like earrings and stuff like that. Some old rings. Look at this old ring right here. Huh. The stone. Heavy too, huh? I don't know if it's made out of brass or something. Look at this weird bracelet. Really kind of looks different and old. Look at this choker. Found a choker in Marcotte Park. Now this would go around a lady's neck. And of course it was probably gold plated at one time. But that's a choker, a lady's choker. Who wears those anymore? It's real heavy. It's like made out of brass. Got another one up here too that has some fancy on it. Oh. See? Choker, ladies choker. And this one has a design on it. I found out both at Marcotte Park. Most of this, all this vintage jewelry up there was in the park up there, which was kind of cool. But anyway, as you can see, half of stuff I found over here. And see, here's another article of me in the paper up here. I was in right there, Marcotte Park. Just what I was talking about right there. You can see me metal detecting with my Garrett AT Pro. And as the date of December 16, 2014. So that dates, like I was telling you. I started metal detecting in 2013. I had that quick draw, friggin' bounty hunter, and I got rid of that really fast. And I got the Ace 250, and what a story on the Ace 250. It's still funny. It's a funny story. You have to go on my episode 2 of my podcast and listen to my story about the Ace 250. Wow, did that thing take a beating. And after that, I got that AT Pro, and not even, look at that. You can see the snow, this freaking snow right there. And I'm metal detecting because that's the winter. I got my brand new Garrett AT Pro. Oh man, I was like, I couldn't wait for the snow to disappear. So I was like going out there and just metal detecting in the patches, you know. So yeah, and a guy come up and he says, "Hey, can I put you in the paper?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." That was my first time in the paper, metal detecting right there. Yeah, my first time metal detecting. That was in the paper, right there. And then of course my other time that was in the paper was the front page of finding that sword. And then down here, I was in the paper recently, right here, at Auburn Outlet where I was metal detecting, and some lady asked to come up and put me in the paper, and I said sure. And I found some cool things that day. An Indian head penny, and I have that on one of my videos. Go to my YouTube page, just subscribe to Slash Dayton. Thank you. And yeah, and because they were actually that she was going there because they're going to be opening up that outlet. I used to swim there when I was a kid, and a lot of people that are from Lewiston, Auburn area know this area. It's the Auburn Outlet, and I used to swim there, and I wanted to go in that water and do some metal detecting, but that water is it's not good to swim. There's a lot of algae, and a lot of people used to get sick and stuff. And a few people have drowned. There's been a lot of accidents. There's a dam over there. We used to dive off that dam. There's literally a diving board off a dam at the end of this thing, and we used to dive. As a little kid, I could barely swim. And there used to be a big slide, huge metal slide. You burn your ass on the way down. And we used to play here a lot, and there was a snack shack up there. But anyway, it was a fun place to play, and they're going to be reopening it again because they're cleaning the water and stuff. So I figured this is another thing. They're having more people coming here. They're reopening it for the public. And I figured, well, I better go there, metal detecting, pull out some stuff before anything changes, before they dig up any dirt, So I figured I'd go there, and I did. I found a freaking Indian head penny. I didn't never. This place has been pounded down by metal detectorists. I mean, pounded down. More than probably 100 metal detectorists have been there. But when I go there, I pull out shit. I don't know why. I pulled out of this park. I have pulled out. It's in one of my videos too. I've pulled out, oh God, at least 7 to 10 silver rings and some junkers, silver bracelets, earrings, and necklaces. You name it. The list goes on. I have pulled out so much stuff, old coins. My first um, shield nickel I pull out of this freaking park, and this place has been pounded down by so many metal detectors. It ain't funny. And I'm pulling out all these old stuff again. That's another podcast on its own too. But look, most of this right down here is a lot of religious stuff that I find. Nothing wrong pulling out religious stuff. I got rosary beads down here, a lot of religious pendants and stuff. That cross right there, why I was talking about that cross was one of the first finds. I found that with the freaking bounty hunter quick draw 2 in a park at Thorns Craig. There's this walking trail way up the street. And I figured I'd go in the parking lot and metal detect, see if anybody dropped anything. Well, that was my very first cool, good find right there. Was that big cross right there. I thought that was wicked cool. And I've had it ever since. It's not silver. I don't know if it's silver plated or I'm not sure. I never had it tested. There's no markings on it. In the middle of it's wood. The middle of the Jesus actually looks silver. It's really heavy, and I just never had it tested, so it could be silver. I'm not sure. But anyway, but check out all that jewelry right there. This table is like a lot of my first silver finds when I first started metal detecting. A lot of first stuff here. Actually, a lot of my first stuff is actually, I'm sure everybody's done this too, putting rings in the cases like that. All those rings right there. Most of those rings, some of those are from Marcotte Park, because these are the first finds right there. Marcotte Park. No, that was Pear Street Park. Marcotte Park. Marcotte Park. Marcotte Park. Sunnyside Park. Sunnyside Park. That was Pear Street Park. That was Thorns Craig. That was Sunnyside Park. That was Martins Point. Yeah, so a lot of these were in my area. There was that beautiful ring right there, Roman star ring, was my first men's ring, and I wore it for a while, but it was starting to get thin and fragile, so I put it away, retired it, put it away in the showcase. But that ring right there was my first ring that I found down in Pear Street Park in Lewiston here. And man, I think in that story that I was telling you about Pear Street Park, there used to be stairs. Anybody that remembers Pear Street Park in my area, there used to be these long stairs that used to go up this big embankment, and they took out those stairs. But I found not all those junk jewelry, but a lot of them, like 4 or 5 of them, I found at the bottom of the stairs. I was like, at first I thought they were gold, because when you're a newbie, you think this stuff is gold, and it's not. But bling bling, nice and shiny, but not what you want it to be. So I found, I find a lot, a lot of those junk bracelets, and check out all that. So it's kind of neat. But anyway, let's get back up to this table right here. Kind of cool. Yeah. Oh, I've been live for a little while here, but check this out. This is my table of coins right here. This ain't all my coins, of course. I actually have one of those. You guys do this too. You guys put them in these sleeves and stuff like that. I've done it too, but it's time consuming. And some of them I have dates on. And the first time, I'm glad I did it when I first started metal detecting. But then you get so busy and you lose track of time that, that's another podcast too. And it's collecting coins and how do you collect them? I'd like to know how does everybody keep them? I keep mine. I've kept mine in those paper things like that, but I don't know. Eventually I wouldn't mind building some kind of a case to show off the coins better. When you put them in a binder like that, it's like they get forgotten. You close it, they get forgotten. So I was thinking, I wouldn't mind pulling out some kind of a table, a bigger table. I need a bigger room. I know I need a bigger room, But that's why I figured I'd make a studio because it makes a good studio room. And I think I got some more stuff somewhere too that I have to bring up here. But it keeps adding on. I don't know where. You tell me where I am going to put 2022 finds. You just tell me where. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I need a bigger room, or I am going to have to build some shelves. I guess I could probably put some shelves across there. I guess maybe do something over here. Do anybody else have this issue? Where do you put all your freaking shit? I have another room, and but my other room is another hobby that I used to do. I used to collect a lot of vintage toys. And maybe I'll show you someday. But I have another room. It's a little bit bigger than this, where I have vintage toys in there. Some for my kids, some that I've collected over the years. That's probably worth quite a bit of money, but that has nothing to do with metal detecting, anyways. But I don't want to get into that. That's something else. That was another hobby that I got into. So I have all these vintage toys I don't know what to do with, but that's all right. And I mean, really old, cool stuff. But anyway, some of my finds here that I was showing, I've been wanting to show some people here. I've got like quite a few of the walkers. There's another Walking Liberty. This ain't the one that I found. No, actually, this is the one I found this year. This is the one I found this year. And I got quite a few more. I found actually, I've got like, I think I'm on my number 10 or 11 50-cent piece, and I still haven't found a silver dollar except for my half reel, of course. But I found a few other Spanish silvers too here and there, but a few different places. I have is a story that I want to get into on one of my um, Spanish silvers that I found. And actually, this is one of the Spanish silvers right here. And this one is from 1777 Spanish half reel right there. And it has a hole in it. Ain't that cool? Yeah. That one, they're kind of thin, but that has a story to it. That was my very first Spanish, and I'll get into that. That is a podcast on its own. It's so funny, but yet a lesson learned. Very well lesson learned when I finally found this. It's another story in itself, and I don't want to get into it, so I don't want to spoil it. But it's in my future podcast, so please subscribe to my page and stay tuned for that. But yeah, geez, I don't know if I should read that up there. Everybody's probably looking at that right there. See that where I was in the paper right there. And it says Steve Dayton of Lewiston looks for buried treasure Monday afternoon on the side of Marcotte Park in Lewiston, where the snow has melted away. And this is me talking. I'm looking for relics of the past. I have found Civil War buttons, rings, a pin from World War II, a lot of junk metal, and lots of coins. With this new metal detector I just got, it gives me a good indication exactly of the objects I might be digging. He was right on the money with the 4 holes he dug. He predicted a nickel, a dime, junk metal, and something big, but probably scrap metal, which turned out to be a piece of an old cap gun. A lot of guys doing this give others a bad reputation by leaving their holes. I put all the dirt and grass I dig up and smooth it out so you can hardly tell it's been dug up, Dayton says as he moves on to another find. Ain't that a wicked cool article? I thought that was cool when I first got in the paper. I was like, wow, that guy did really good explaining exactly what I was doing, because that exactly explains the story of my episode of my podcast that I was telling you about. I just told this guy in the paper exactly what I told you in my podcast. Oh man, I will never forget it. That park looks totally different. You see those jungle gyms right there? Those are there for like, oh man, probably since the 60s, I bet. 70s. Since I remember, anyways. I don't want to date myself here, but I remember, and you can't see it now because this is like the hill, and then it goes flat up here into a big, huge field, and then there's some jungle gyms and a kids' playground right over here to the left, right over in front of this other jungle gym right over here, and it's actually a pretty big child's park over here in this area, and then up on the other side over there, we can see behind me. There's another field up there, old baseball field that is gone. It's another kind. They just took all the dirt away and made a big track out there, big track and field out there. And there's a baseball field on the other side over there, which they've been using as a soccer field when I was there. But anyway, that was the story right there. And I was in the paper about it. And that's on my episode. Please check it out. Episode 2, I believe, of my podcast. I just put up just yesterday, I believe, just the other day. So let's check out some of these other coins I found right over here. Some of these other coins that I found down here. A few tokens. You believe I found a Mardi Gras token? That was kind of cool. You found a Mardi Gras token up this way. That ain't it right here. This is the Mardi Gras token. Ain't that cool? Huh. I never thought I'd find a Mardi Gras token. I'd love to go to Mardi Gras someday. This right here, Atlanta, 1996 Olympics. Speaking of the Olympics are on. I've been watching the Olympics. I hope everybody out there has been checking into some of the Olympics. Sucks about Shaun White. I was hoping he was going to get a medal this year, but look at this token, the Olympic token, 1996. This is the one that was the Atlanta bomb there. They had that bomb. Yeah, so this is kind of cool finding this up here. USA Olympic token. Ain't that wicked cool to bring this up right during the Olympics right now that are going on, and I'm gonna go watch them later on. Yeah, this is of course the 1996 Atlanta. Ain't that cool? I love that token. I should have that in a case actually hung up on a wall. But yeah, plus the Mardi Gras token. That's pretty cool. I have a story about this token. I think it's this one. Yeah. For God, it's actually a religious token, and that was kind of neat. And I'll get into that in one of my podcasts. But yeah, let's check out. Oh, check this out. A Trime, 3-cent piece. Now, like I was saying, when you talk about coins and you tell somebody, "Oh, I found a Trime today," nobody knows what a Trime is unless you're a metal detectorist or a geek that collects coins. But look at that. This is not the only one I have. I have, let's see, I have 2 Trimes, I believe. Yeah, I do. I either have 2 or 3. I have 2 Trimes or 3 Trimes. I can't remember. I have found so many coins, I'd have to locate them all. And I have a few other coins that I have to go through around here somewhere. But check this out. Half dime. I've only found one of these. I know that. Look how thin that is. Half dime from 18. This is the 1854 one, I believe. 18. Let's see. 1852. Yeah, 1852. This is 1852 half dime, silver half dime, seeded. That's another word too. Who the hell knows what a seeded dime? I said that once to somebody, and somebody had to ask, "What's a seeded?" That's hard to explain. You have to show it to them. You can't just explain. Well, it's the Statue of Liberty sitting down on a coin. What? Yeah. Again, I found quite a few seeded dimes, though. I've found quite a few. I've got, geez, probably I'd say at least, I don't know, 9 or 10 seeded dimes. I got quite a few in that binder down there. But what was this one again? That's the Trime. I got the half, yeah. And this is the Spanish right there. It's 2 Spanish, another Spanish in this case right here, which is kind of cool. It's a little tarnished on this one, but of course I'm not going to clean it. I'm going to leave it just like that. That was kind of neat. And I have another one down there. I've got three half reels and my 8 reel, which is kind of neat. And look at this. Standing Liberty. Yay, Standing Liberty. Barber Quarter. Got barber quarters. I got barbers down here and all kinds of cool things. Old tokens. This is a hood, 1948 hood cow token. Kind of cool. But old Canadian copper. This big old copper from New Brunswick. New Brunswick with a ship on there. Ain't that neat? Yeah. So anyway, here we go with some of my finds over there. And that table down there, I got mostly all buttons and stuff like that. Some coins I got to go through, and some old lipstick stuff over here, cosmetic stuff, which is kind of neat. Finding some of that stuff. Toilet soap container right there, and pretty neat, kind of cool. And there's some of my game pieces. I'm sure you've all found game pieces, Monopoly old game pieces from back in the day. That's kind of neat. Thimbles. And any local people that are going to watch here, I've got a thimble from Peck's department store from downtown Lewiston. We had this one of the hugest department stores in Maine. And people used to travel up to Boston because this department store was one of the biggest in this area. And yeah, here in Lewiston, Maine, Peck's department store had like four stories of all departments, men's, women's, toys, all different things on all different floors. And we used to go to see Santa Claus there. That was the first place, first department store that had a Santa Claus here in this area in Maine, pretty much, I believe. And old Peck's department store, Thimble. Boy, ain't that a local good find. See this bottle right here? And when I found this bottle, I'm like, I knew when I got the hit, I'm like, oh, it was Clad Penny. Everybody knows a Clad Penny, especially on an AT Pro at that time. But check this out. Clad Penny in a bottle. Somebody bottled a Clad Penny. It's a 1990 penny, and it's actually a Zinklin. A Zinklin means that it's made out of zinc. We call them Zinklins. And it's actually getting green and deteriorating, and it's a Zinklin in a bottle. Oh, man, ain't that the best freaking Clad Penny to find? Ain't that cool? Huh? Freaking Clad Penny in a bottle. Who the hell put the penny in a bottle? They should have put an old penny in there, not a 1990. The weirdest thing. I thought that was kind of neat. Also some old tokens, transit tokens from Lewiston, the old bus tokens from Lewiston. Check out this badge I found from a local, one of the pretty close to this area, fireman's badge. And it says Hose Company, Mechanic Falls, Maine. That is a real badge, firefighter badge right there. Ain't that cool? I'm guessing that probably it's not. I wish it was hoping it was silver, but I'm sure it's plated. But it probably dates back from I'm thinking maybe the 50s or 60s. But pretty neat. It does have a patent number underneath there or something like that. So, but I thought that was pretty cool. My first badge was a fireman's badge. Ain't that pretty neat? Now, one of my thought I was a badge, but it's just a pin badge. But this is from a local company that was here in this area in Lewiston, Maine, and it was geez, I could barely see it now, but something fuel company, P and something, I don't know, something oil company, but it's an oil company from this area anyway, which I thought was kind of cool. And let's see, also, oh yeah, a button. Now check out this button. Now, back in the Civil War days, you could change your button to a local buttons. You know, everybody had a local state button. And this button right here dates back, I'm almost sure to, yeah, it does. It date back to the Civil War. Now, this is a Maine state seal button right here. And when I pulled it out of the ground, it was a two-piece, and it actually fell apart. There's a shank right there. And Maine state seal, you can see it, barely see it. You really have to look at it on the inside. You can actually see the seal better. But yeah, that was really cool. A lot of nice, cool local stuff up here. I got another token right here. Lisbon Street used to have parking garages. This dates back when you could, when downtown Lewiston was basically shopping malls and stuff like that. You know, you could walk in, every store had something different. And yeah, park and shop token from back in the day, back in the 50s and 60s in my area. That was kind of cool to find something like that. Local stuff. It's always cool to go in your area and pull out local stuff. This pin right here from the Androscoggin County Sheriff, number 15 pin, star pin. It's kind of neat. Local right there. Thought that was really cool. And you can see that's on a hood of a car from the 40s, whatever. But yeah, a lot of cool things that I found up here. It's kind of neat. Also local stuff. And yeah, you can see some of my stuff that I'm doing here and here. Actually, there's a lot more I want to do to it, but like I said, this place is getting quite small. I have to get some more things going on around here, some more shelves and stuff. But check out this table. I think that kind of neat. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Yeah. I found quite a bit of stuff this year. This year is right over in this corner. This is the Walking Liberty that I found recently. That's in one of my videos. And let's see. And I found some old copies. This is the 50 cent 1811 50 cent piece that I showed in one of my clippings right there. That's kind of neat, and we'll get into this table when I do my podcast. Of course, I want to talk more about all the stuff I found, all those coins and stuff right there. And I think in one of my videos, yeah, it is right up here. See this all in that map right there? All in that map right there is 28 coins. And I found that sharpshooter badge right there, that sharpshooter badge, old ring, jackknife, and stuff like that. But all those coins that you see right there, not these right there, but all those coins right there that are on that white paper right there, it was all at one house site. And it was such an awesome site. And I'll talk about that in one of my podcasts. 28 coins in one house site. That was like the most coins I've ever found at a house site. And I kept pounding it and pounding it. And all those Indian head pennies right there were like, you ever go to the house site, you got to find like the drive, where people drive up, the parking lot area where people park. I found the little driveway area where right next to the cabin where it was in a certain area. And I found like 14, I counted them like 14 Indian head pennies all in this one little area. I was like going nuts trying to take all these Indian head pennies. It was actually fun though. It's kind of cool. It's a memory that I'll never forget. It was wicked cool. And then I found all those silver. I found 6 silver coins there. Yes, I did. I found 6 silver coins in there. Two Barber quarters, an old Canadian quarter, a Merc, Barber dime, and a Canadian dime there too, and some V nickels, 2 cent piece, and I think that was about it right there. The old dog tag. That was all at one house site. That was so cool, man. What a time that was. But anyway, I guess that'll be it right here. I guess I'm gonna end this. I think I showed pretty much my whole room here, besides a few things. All my buckles down over there. Got a few buckles down there. See that an old bucket down there full of wheat pennies. I've been throwing all my wheat pennies down there. That old bucket I found down there. But yeah, but that's about it, I guess, for today. I guess I'll end this. But please tune in to some of my podcasting. Like I said, I'll be doing more podcast here in this room, so that's why I figured I'd do a video and show off this room and show everybody around this room all my metal detecting finds. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed finding this stuff. That's for sure. But yeah, Slash Dayton here, signing off, and thanks for watching. And stay tuned to some of my podcasts. I'll be having a new one come up soon next week. And like I said, I'll be putting my podcast on some of the podcasting sites too. So, all righty, Slash Dayton signing off. Please subscribe to my page. Give me a like right down there, baby.